Welcome to a game you'll spend hours mindlessly grinding just to get it shoved up your butt by something you didn't think was going to. Welcome to Valheim. Valheim is a survival game just like Minecraft and Terraria that's made by the same studio that makes Deep Rock Galactic. You may or may not have heard of that game, but they are both very, very well-made games made by this indie studio. Something you should know about me is I am weak in the knees for indie games. Indie games are where it's at for me. I'm not a big fan of AAA titles, I really am not. It's all money hungry. It's all greedy up top. They can put out whatever they want as long as it's a AAA stamp, it doesn't matter. But with indie developers, you get a game that has been cared for, a game that they have nurtured up to where it is at that time. This game is not different from that. This game is cared for. This game has been carefully crafted to give you the best survival experience. Just like in other survival games, Valheim is no different in the way that you start off by hitting trees, and just like other games, you will be hitting a lot of trees. Hold your horses there, brother. I need you to stop cutting down trees for a little while. I need you to listen to me real quick. Please like and subscribe to the video. It truly means a lot to me. I want to grow, and you doing those things would really help me out with that. Thank you very much. Please enjoy cutting down your trees. There are many different biomes that you progress one to the other to get different materials. There's really no other push to move to the next biome, and there's no real linear progression. It's really all up to you. It's an open world randomly generated, and honestly, it's pretty good. It's a nice mix of different biomes, and you would start off in the Meadows. The Meadows, it's nice. Peaceful. There's a few enemies here and there. There's plenty of wildlife to feed you. It's safe. And then you move on to the Black Forest. The Black Forest is where it starts to get dicey. You may run into a little bit stronger of a little dwarf dude. And he's a little bit stronger. He's like a gray dwarf. He's a little bit dangerous, but only in large numbers. And then you run to the shaman, the gray dwarf shaman, which he can be annoying, but he can be dealt with pretty quickly. And then you have to deal with the Titans, or what they call the trolls. They are scary to run into. You hear stomping, you need to run the opposite direction until you have plenty of gear and are ready to have a mini boss fight. That's pretty much what you have to do for the first couple hours of the game. If you see a troll, you're fighting for your life. It is a boss battle. It's not a true boss, which I will get to bosses in a little bit, but it's almost a mini boss battle in itself. You also run into skeletons, which really aren't that scary. They'll mostly be guarding these like hidden dungeons that can give you some decent loot and give you the ability to create portals, which are the most handy thing in the entire game. But that's generally what you have to do in the Black Forest. After you get through the Black Forest and get all your gear all leveled up to the Black Forest level and whatnot, you then have the britches to move into the swamp. The swamp is where shit gets real. The swamp, you need to stay on your toes no matter who you are. I've had one playthrough I played about 100 hours in. That's as much as I have in one playthrough, and I really only made it up to the swamp, and even the swamp was still scary 100 hours in. Now, I'm no speedrunner nor pro league player at this game, but as your average player, I still was barely holding on to my life in the swamp. The swamp is home to many dangerous foes. Starting with the blob. The blob is a easy to deal with mob when it comes to the swamp. Very, very annoying if you're not paying attention, because he can poison you, and the poison in this game is extremely potent. It will drain your health almost instantly if you're not paying attention. Beyond that, you have the draugs. The draugs are just barbaric. They are just a menace to society. These guys wear black Air Forces. They do. They are menaces, especially the ones with bows. The ones with bows, you don't even want to go near them. They'll run their train on you. They're scary. The melee ones, not as bad, but the bow ones, they'll fuck you up. Another mob I forgot to mention about the swamp is the leeches, which are probably the least of your worries when it comes to the swamp, but if you get overwhelmed by them or get caught off guard by them, they can be a real detriment. The next biome is the mountains, and the mountains are semi-scary. The most scary thing when it comes to the mountains is the cold. It will cause you to get a lot of debuffs that just are not that easy to survive in unless you have the correct equipment to go into the mountains. You'd have a lot of gear on you to keep your character warm to be able to survive in the mountains. Now, if you do have the gear and you go into the mountains, you will run into my friend Avery's mortal enemy, the wolf. I don't get why it is the wolves, but in every single game, they are his mortal enemy. It doesn't even matter what game they're in. It doesn't matter if they're the easiest mob in a game. They are his mortal enemy. I don't get why. Yeah, it just is. Another mob you may run into is Mr. himself, Drake. Drakes aren't really that annoying, to be completely honest. They're just more of a pest than anything, and they don't really pose too much of a threat, to be completely honest with you. They're just mini dragons that throw ice balls at you. The final biome is the plains, which I have spent barely any time in because of one specific thing, and that is the deathsquitos. The deathsquitos are the most overpowered enemy in the game. They rival every single boss in the game. They would probably, if you threw one up against every single boss, it would probably win. These deathsquitos are so incredibly overpowered and scary. You wouldn't think it because of their appearance, but they will kill you instantly. Honestly, I haven't even run into any of the other mobs. Well, I have run into a few of the other mobs, but I just really don't remember any of them because of the trauma I've gotten from the deathsquito. They are traumatizing. This game is traumatizing just because of this one mob. Now, I'm not saying they need to nerf it. It adds fun to the game, I guess, if you can call it fun. I play War Thunder, so what I call fun is most likely CBT to the rest of you guys. But they're a menace. They are truly a menace, and they are my mortal enemy. I cannot progress in this game because of these things. I suck at fighting them. Now that's all the main biomes. There's the ocean, obviously, but I haven't really had that much of an interaction with the ocean, like the deep ocean where some of the mobs are. Nothing really to write home about that I experienced. There are a few more biomes supposedly in the works, which is the Mistlands, the Deep North, and the Ashlands. For each biome, there is a boss, and you have to find their summoning grounds and bring the items to be able to summon these bosses. The bosses, forgive my pronunciation, are Ekether, whatever the fuck, which is the Meadows boss. Very simple to deal with. You can easily kill him with pretty low level gear. The Elder, which can be quite annoying if you don't cheese him. He's very, very easy to cheese, but it's been a while since I've fought him. Maybe they fixed the cheeses. They weren't really intended cheeses, but it was just naturally occurring that we didn't really have to try to cheese him for it to happen. Bone Mass, which we actually had to call in a random guy off of Discord to be able to fight him. Me and my friend, we couldn't kill it. We couldn't kill Bone Mass. He wiped out an entire base of ours because we built it a little too close, and he just decided to waddle over there and just fuck that entire base. Bone Mass is scary. Bone Mass is probably the first boss that's genuinely scary. The next one we have is Modder, which is a dragon up in the mountains. Definitely a scary boss. Probably easier than Bone Mass from my experience, but is a very tough boss to deal with, mostly because of the mobs and the location being up on the mountains. And the last boss is, again, forgive my pronunciation, Yagluth, which I have not had the pleasure of fighting, which I don't think it's much of a pleasure, but I have not fought myself. I will at some point, but currently as it stands, I have not fought it, nor do I really want to be honest. That's all I'm really going to cover in this video. I'm just going to leave some clips after this, And this will be the end of the green screen video. And yeah, enjoy the clips that I've got for you. Like, Avery, come here now.
Huh?
Come here now.
Why?
The earth about to make me act a fool. That's what we would call, in SpongeBob, sandy cheeks.
Please don't ruin my childhood show.
You know what? I'm gonna change my goal in life for a second.
What?
A Titan.
It's not that scary.
Sasageo, Sasageo. Hold on. Hey, come on, buddy.
Hey, bring him back.
I'm using him to chop down trees. He's my tree cutting buddy. I'm in a bad spot. Why was he just standing over me menacingly? He saw that, right?
Yeah.
He was just staring at me like, your little pussy belongs to me. Move to that side of the door. Move to the other side of the door. There we go.
Keep you trapped in here?
Yes, let me out.
Can you break anything?
No. Oh yeah, I can.
No, stop, go. No break.
When am I wrong? Just like Steven dropping 2 nukes, he's never wrong.
Dude, you're wrong like a lot of the time, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I gotta say it.
Everything I say be facts. Absolute factual dispenser. Factoid dispenser. Dude, I am a fax machine. I am the factoid dispenser. See, I said his name and it summoned him. What the fuck?
No, I summoned him.
I said his name!
Well, check the DMs, bro. I'm up in his DMs, dog.
I'm reading your mind. I'm not summoning him. I'm reading your mind. The fuck?
I'm just saying, I was reading the DM of Chicken where he showed me the TikTok saying that Lil Nas X isn't gay anymore.
I'm not with that gay shit, bro.
He's gay as shit.
He's not, bro. He's not with that gay
Bro,
shit.
he's pregnant. What do you mean?
He's pregnant?
Yes.
Nice.
It looks
What?
mad gross, not gonna lie.
He
He's got
has
the
an
Audi
actual
too.
Baby?
Actual baby.
How? I'm
Cause he got
confused.
he's got both.
Wait, what?
No.
I need picture proof.
Dude.
Alright.
Jesus.
I need that shit in 4K. Are you trying to piss it off?
Yes.
No.
Bro, why?
Nick.
I am no bitch.
We were trying to like lure it away so it didn't come to the fucking island.
I'll solo it.
Bro, okay. He needs help.
Never mind. This is actually
Her-
harder than I thought.
Rally the troops.
I mean, he aggroed it, so I say it's his problem.
But it'll be our problem in a second when he dies. Yo, his hairy
Okay.
sack is like dangling in the wind. I was like, oh, now would be a good time to pop my ability.
My buff hit you from that range, by the way.
The animation of popping the ability caused me to die, so I lost my entire ability. Bro. Now that's it for the video. Now we move on to the entertainment corner. For this video, I'm gonna bring up a show that's a couple years old and honestly has not really gotten that much attention. I really haven't heard much talk about this show, and I genuinely fell in love with this show after watching it. It is a surprisingly good show. I can't consider it a 10 out of 10, but it's one of my personal favorites. And that is The Pet Girl of Sakura-so. Now, the name sounds whack. I know it does. And it does kind of make sense with what's going on in the story. And it is I guess you can consider it an ecchi anime. I'm a fan. I'm a connoisseur of the culture of ecchi anime. But it's not overly ecchi, like DxD or something like that. But The Pet Girl of Sakura-so is honestly a wholesome ecchi show. Those two don't really go together that well, but this one surprisingly can make it happen. It's just a story about a bunch of misfits just trying to live life and thrive in their own career paths. Again, this show is not a 10 out of 10 by any means. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's probably the show, if I could go back and rewatch for the first time again, it would probably be the show I would choose. It's just that entertaining to watch for the first time. I've watched it halfway through again a second time, but I'm not someone that can rewatch something and enjoy it that much. Sadly, I really wish I could, but I just can't. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed, and please like and subscribe if you have not. And yeah, have a chill day.